Elijah eats. The story is found in the book of 1 Kings in chapter 17, verses 2 through 6. A bad king named Ahab had ordered that all of God's prophets be killed. God sent one of his prophets named Elijah to King Ahab to give him a message. Elijah told King Ahab, "God says there will be no more dew or rain until I say so." That made King Ahab very angry. God then told Elijah to go quickly and hide in the V-shaped ditch called a ravine at the stream called the brook Kerith. Elijah left. No one lived or traveled near the brook Kerith. It was a lonely, hot, and deserted place. God promised Elijah that ravens would bring him food. Why would they share their food? Ravens are very selfish birds, but morning and evening, ravens brought him bread and meat, just as God had promised. Elijah survived drinking fresh water from the brook that flowed through the ravine. For many months, not a drop of rain fell. Plants, crops, and animals were dying of thirst. King Ahab searched everywhere for Elijah but could not find him. One day the brook Kerith dried up. There was no more water for Elijah to drink. He was very tired, thirsty, and hungry when God told Elijah to leave the ravine and go to a town named Zarephath. God let him know that there was a widow in Zarephath who would supply him with food. God had used the ravine to hide him from the bad king Ahab, to give him water from the brook, and supplied him with food brought in by ravens. God had taken care of Elijah all this time. As he left the ravine, Elijah wondered how God would now use a widow. But then he remembered how God had used selfish ravens to feed him day and night. Elijah thanked God for providing for him. Elijah knew that God was his provider. Elijah eats.
Elijah eats. The ravens came down and gave him a meal. Elijah, he did eat. The ravens came down and gave him a meal. Elijah, he did eat. The ravens came down and gave him a meal, and Elijah